Good afternoon, class of 2020. My name is Owen Deo.
And I'm Kaylin Joe.
And we're your valedictorians. It is a privilege to speak on your behalf today as we celebrate our graduation.
I'm very glad that you could all make it. I know traffic this time of day can get a little hectic. We would like to begin by thanking the Assistant Superintendent, Mayor Brad West, the teachers, the parents, and our grad class for being here. And also to everyone who has worked relentlessly to make our grad year as special as it can be despite insurmountable obstacles. Hannah Montana once said, "Here we are now, everything's about to change. We face tomorrow as we say goodbye to yesterday. A chapter ending, but the story is only just begun. A page is turning for everyone."
But today is it. The last hurdle of the race has been cleared. The finish line is just a step away. Every late night study session, every essay written, every textbook filled has led us to here and now. Because of this, I think it's only fair to look back on the road that brought us to this point. It was so long ago, I sometimes wonder if elementary school was just a fever dream. Starting out at Kilmer, Mary Hill, Castle, Blakeburn, Hazel, or Irvine, life was simple.
Remember the Beyblade battles after school, and how the only thing that made you cool was how fast you could run? Or when the Winter Olympics were hosted in Vancouver and we all went down to see Canada win 14 gold medals. It was as if there were no limits to who we could be when we were younger. And although you might set up barriers for yourself to what you can and can't accomplish, remember that we are all still limitless.
Then, things started to change when we stepped into middle school. You had kids competing in Movember mustache competitions and others who still didn't know how to tie their shoes. However, we got to expand out of our bubbles and start to define who we were. The groundwork was laid for the coming of high school.
Then, in 2016, we crossed the threshold into the unknown, Riverside Secondary. We were trying to figure out which day was day one and which was day two, with us accidentally changing into our gym strips, looking up, and saying, "These people aren't in my gym class."
A little shell-shocked, but still surviving, we began trying to get used to a whole new environment. Suddenly, your laptop was used for more than just Minecraft, and the daily pilgrimage to your teacher's blog began. As we got the hang of that, the wide variety of clubs and sports teams parted the seas looking for fresh meat. Then, in 2017, we moved up in the student hierarchy into grade 10, and we slowly started to mold ourselves into the students we wanted to be.
Then, maybe one of the weirdest years ever, 2018, where every one of us was either playing Fortnite or playing with fidget spinners. We became familiar with the feeling of caffeine flowing through our veins as the product of our procrastination forced us up late into the night. Aside from the TikTok takeover, we participated in climate strikes with the rest of the world, where we realized the potential that we had as a generation and started to use our voices for good and for change.
During our final year at Riverside, a bittersweet feeling was felt by all. Knowing that we were towards the end of our journey was thrilling, but the thought of walking new campuses filled with unfamiliar faces left our hearts heavy. Scholarship meetings eclipsed our most challenging year yet, and the question of, so what are your plans after school, became so much more frequent. In spite of this difficulty, we took solace in the fact that we were leaders in our school. It was now everyone else looking up to us on the pitch or just in the hallways.
Remember Move for Mana, where many of us did the most exercise that we've done in years, just so none of us would win at TV? But we wouldn't be standing here today without the project that we all love and cherish, Capstone. I think we should all give ourselves a pat on the back for completing everything that has been thrown at us the last 4 years and making it here today.
As the first semester ended and we got ready for the final push, everything went sideways. Our world caught a virus and brought everything to a standstill. All the plans we had got thrown out the window. And there was plenty of reason to give up. Just say, screw it, it's not going our way. But there isn't a chance in hell we were doing that. We picked up courses online, and we learned a whole new way to finish our schooling. Instead of having an aftergrad, we rerouted money to charities and to helping establish a legacy at our school.
If you want to take a trip down memory lane, go take a walk and sit on the bench in Settlers Park. Or come back in a few years and see how our grad tree has grown. Hannah Montana once said, "You can change your hair and you can change your clothes. You can change your mind, that's just the way it goes. You can say goodbye and you can say hello. But you'll always find your way back home. No matter where we go in life, we will always have Riverside to come back to, because this is where it all started."
I never anticipated an event like this in our final year of high school. I mean, who could? But our reaction is one I could have seen from a mile away. Earlier I stated I could not be prouder to be graduating alongside such an incredible group of people. I mean that.
This group of grads represents the importance of individuality and diversity within our school. You've all contributed in making our school a safe and accepting environment that allows every single student to be themselves, embracing the differences that together create the Riverside community.
The grad class of 2020 is one of the strongest and most capable that this school has ever seen. We have the drive to make our goals a reality, but that couldn't be possible without the support from the Riverside teachers and staff.
Who can remember when Mr. Luongo chased us on his bike during the Colony Farms run? Or going to Mr. Chee's math class only to sit there for an hour listening to him talk about his Tesla? And don't forget presenting in Dr. Ursu's class, trembling with fear because that man is a walking encyclopedia.
Or Mr. Brown putting the fear of God in us, telling us to get to rap on time. Or maybe you wanted to ask Mr. Tao a question, but you were too afraid because his French posse consisting of Madame Langford, Madame Lowe, and Mr. Mackenzie were all there staring you down.
The lessons that you have taught us will stay with us forever and have helped us set the course for our futures. We will miss you a lot. As Miss Vanderkran says, sad face.
As we look forward to what comes next, always remember that you were part of a grad class that didn't back down in the face of incredible adversity. Let this stand as an example that no matter what struggles you encounter in life, you have the grit to get through them.
During these 4 years, we have had time to figure out where our futures will lead us. Riverside has allowed us to each blossom into the fully formed image of our imaginations. The next star on Broadway, the next prime minister, the next Olympic gold medal winner, the next person to change the world. They are all here in this graduating class.
And there isn't a thing I would change about the class of 2020. It has been an honor to grow alongside you, and there is not a doubt in my mind that you all go on to accomplish amazing things in your lives. We decided that even a global pandemic wasn't enough to back us down.
Hannah Montana once said, "It ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb." Every one of us has spent the last 13 years climbing, constantly fighting for success and to find our purpose. Look ahead, because there is another mountain in front of you, waiting for you to step foot into a new journey. And just like how you never gave up on this climb, you won't give up on the next one.
Now, on the count of 3, toss your virtual caps into the air. You've earned it. 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it.